With that, the Back Secretariat confirmed the presence of our quorum for today's meeting po. We would like to inform everyone to promote transparency pursuant to Section 38 of RA 12009. This meeting will broadcast live on the DICT's official YouTube channel. Please do visit the Department of ICT Philippines in YouTube. Please be informed that this meeting is being recorded for the documentation purposes. With your permission, Mr. Chair, we will now present the scheduled agenda for today.
Go ahead, Baxet. Thank you.
Presented on the screen, the bid opening provision of internet access via low Earth orbit satellites PIALEOS for Agrarian reform beneficiaries with the approved budget of 56,661,700 pesos with the end user tier Edgar Navarro. And second agenda, pre-procurement, supply delivery, installation, configuration, and testing of emergency warning broadcast system with digital setup boxes with the approved budget of 25,367,385 pesos. And the end user is Dear Dennis Morales. With this, may we request the approval of the back members of the presented agenda, please?
Motion to approve the agenda as presented, Mr. Chairman. I so move. Thank you.
Second motion. It has been moved and seconded. This agenda is hereby adopted. Thank you.
Thank you po. Mr. Chair, may we request your permission to admit other representatives and participants to join the bid opening po?
Please, thank you.
For the record, we would like to acknowledge the presence of the other end user representative and technical working group present here po in the meeting. Mr. Roland John Earl Castillejos.
Hi, good morning, everyone. This is Roland John Earl Castilleos, TWG. Thank you.
May we request for the bidders to kindly introduce yourselves and the company they are representing. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jennifer Caprente from Revolve Solutions.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Crisal Joy Binasa from Revolve Solutions. Good morning, everyone. I'm Cheris Jane Amores from We Are IT Philippines.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Ken Irvin Serapica from We Are IT Philippines.
For the project details, may we call on to present Ms. Mildred po.
For the project details, the provisional member and user representative to the DICT Back 1 for this project is Director Edgar M. Navarro. And the technical working group are as follows: PM Sylvia Florence D. Posadas, Mr. Samuel C. De Los Reyes Jr., Mr. Bernardo Pernia, Mr. Christian Alejandera, and Mr. Roland John Earl Castillejos. The invitation to bid for the project was posted on June 9, 2026 on the following: PhilJIP's website, the ICT website, the ICT Bulletin Board, and the e-procurement website. And SBB number 1 was issued on June 24, 2026. And we have sent our letters to observers on June 25, 2026 to the following: the Philippine Computer Society, Institute of Electronics Engineer of the Philippines Incorporated, Chief Information Officers Forum Foundation Incorporated, and the Commission on Audit. However, no one is able to attend these proceedings. And we have the following bidders who have submitted their bids on or before today, July 1, 2026 at 9 a.m. We have Revolve Solutions Incorporated, who submitted its bid at 8:56 a.m. and We Are IT Philippines Incorporated at 8:57 a.m. And we would like to inform the back members that we have received an email letter from We Are IT Philippines withdrawing their bid submission. We will now present the letter received from We Are IT. To read the letter, this is to Mr. John Vincent Manuel Gaudan, the ICT BAC1 Chairperson of the BAC Department of Information and Communications Technology. Subject: formal withdrawal request for the submitted bid. Dear Chairperson Gaudan, apologies, but we would like to formally withdraw the bid we have submitted due to some requirements we are unable to comply with on the specifications of the bid. So this is the bid for the provision of internet access via low Earth orbit satellites, PIALEOS, for Agrarian Reform Beneficiaries with bid reference number DICT BAC-2026-038. We, however, would like to express our willingness to join DICT's biddings in the future. Thank you, and hoping for your kind consideration in this matter. Signed by Mr. Mark Gregory C. Agustin, Sales Head or Authorized Representatives of We Are IT Philippines Incorporated. And Mr. Chair, we would like to request for permission to present po yung Section 55.2 of the RA 12009.
Go ahead, please. Thank you.
And also, we would like to inform the back members that the said letter from We Are IT Philippines Inc. was received by the back secretariat today at 9:52 a.m. Naglaps na po ito dun sa deadline for submission of bids. And to read po doon sa Section 55.2, bidders may, through a letter, withdraw their bids before the deadline for the receipt of bids. Withdrawal of bids after the applicable deadline shall be subject to appropriate sanctions as prescribed in the IRR. Bidders may also express their intention not to participate in the bidding through a letter, which should reach and be stamped received by the back secretariat before the deadline for the receipt of bids. Bidders that withdraw their bid shall no longer be allowed to submit another bid for the same contract directly or indirectly. And with this po, may we ask for the back decision po whether or not to open po, whether or not to proceed with opening the bid submission of We Are IT Philippines.
For clarity back, so basically we can for clarity, so basically we can opt not to open the bid submission of the VRIT and just forego with the reading of their bid submission, right? Thank you.
Apologies, ASEC. Could you repeat po?
So basically, if we approve their requests, they will the reading of their bid submission will be forgotten already. Am I right?
Yes po. Confirm po, ASEC. And for the imposition po of suspension or sanctions po dito sa request po ni WRIT, may we request po to present po Section 99 on the imposition of suspension po.
So they will be suspended. If they have
Yes, Mr. Chair, if I may.
with the gas letter. Ms. Carla. Yes, Ms. Carla.
Apo, as provided po in section 55.2, sinasabi po dito that the withdrawal of bids after the applicable deadline shall be subject to appropriate sanctions as prescribed in this IRR. Kaya po, may we ask the back po to present section 99 because doon po nakalagay kung ano po yung kumaga applicable sanction and whether that sanction will be applicable din po kasi this will be subject to the discretion of the back then. Can we flash po yung section 99? So under section 99.1, letter C, it says here po that
Hello? Hello?
wait lang po
Go ahead muna, Carla, before we recognize our vice chair.
Wait lang po.
Carla?
Ayan, Mr. Chair, sorry, I am out of the room. Nasa conference room po ako. And can you hear me po?
Yes, we can.
Apo. So, dito po, I'm just confused kasi po sa backsec, letter B yung nakalagay. But sabi po dito is withdrawing a bid, to the intro, the hope subject to the authority delegated to the back, if any, shall impose the penalty of suspension for 1 year for the first offense or, tanggal po. For 1 year for the first offense and suspension of 2 years for the second offense for any of the following offenses. So if the offense is committed during the procurement under section 99.1 letter C, sabi naman po dito, withdrawing a bid or refusing to accept an award or refusing or failing to enter into a contract with the procuring entity without justifiable cause after the approval of the whole for having been declared as the LCRB, VR, or HRRB as the case may be. So, in this case po, Mr. Chair, if meron justifiable cause naman ang bidder to withdraw its bid, pwede naman po hindi mag-impose ng sanction. Kasi ang pinoprovide naman po dito sa rules is the suspension will be applied if the withdrawal of bid is done without a justifiable cause po.
And the documents has not been opened yet, right? So when
Yes,
we impose such, diba? Because in the IRR, it says that if it's in the lowest calculated already LCRB, right? So in this case, as far as I understand it, this is in good faith, and I know because we haven't opened it yet, diba? At least they submitted the letter before the opening, unless otherwise it was after the opening. That would be where the sanctions can be imposed. Yes, dear Carlo. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The supplier in issue right here was faulted for submitting the notice or notifying the back after the deadline. So yun yung offense subject to the recommendation of the back to the hope in the imposition of the penalty. So moving forward, I suggest we can opt not to open the bid of the supplier in issue and come up with a resolution recommending or not recommending the penalty provided for in the IRR of the GPRA. So yun talaga yung, Mr. Chairman, it would seem like the fault of the supplier is not notifying the back or the backsec for that matter ahead of time or before the deadline was set. So yun po, in terms of opening the bids, we can opt not to open the bid. But then again, they should be, it's subject to the provisions of the IRR and the Government Procurement Reform Act. So yun po, Mr. Chairman.
In the last, sorry, Vice Chair, no, hindi ko nakuha yung last few statements mo. I'm ano kasi, traveling kasi to the north. What was that, sir?
Oh, the bid we can opt not to open the bid, effectively acceding to the request of the supplier in issue. But then again, it will be subject to the repercussions or the suggested penalties provided for in the IRR of the GPRA or the Government Procurement Reform Act. You're raising your hand.
Yes po, Mr. Chair, if I may, and Mr. Vice Chair, just to note lang po no, na based on this provision naman po, relative to the imposition of suspension, sinasabi po dito that the imposition of suspension based on letter C is if the bidder is withdrawing a bid without justifiable cause. So it's the bank's discretion and decision din po if it will impose yung suspension based dun sa kung ano po yung reason that will be provided by the bidder din po, Mr. Chair at Mr. Vice Chair, for your consideration po.
Correct, Mr. Chairman. I agree with Carla. So, yun na nga. Moving forward, we can move to not to open the bid. But then again, the imposition of the penalty under the law would depend on the reason provided if extent yung making penalty. Yun naman po, Mr. Chairman. The backsec and this representation are aligned. Thank you.
Backsec, ilang minutes ba sila na late sa submission nila?
52,
withdrawal.
Mr. Chair, since ang deadline for bid submission po is 9 a.m. and received po yung email nila 9:52 a.m.
So it's a matter of 52 minutes lang. Yes, Vice Chair.
Sorry, Mr. Chairman, hindi ko lang naibaba yung kamay ko. Pero then again nga po, yung just to be clear, ang backsec, yung request nila, they're withdrawing their bid, tama?
Yeah, yes,
Carla?
Director Carlo.
Oo. Pwede naman nating, we can opt not to open their bid naman, effectively acceding to their request. And then, tingnan natin yung reason provided in the request letter na sinabit nila after the deadline. So yun po.
Yeah, I just want to seek the uh, the members, uh, because they're telling us essentially that uh, there are some items that as of the moment uh, they are they 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 thought that they were compliant. So basically, it's that's the very reason that they are withdrawing this request upon their letter. So can we do an executive session first? Baksa, thank you to discuss.
Mr. Chair, we can proceed na po.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, so session is resumed. No? After consideration, I think the good vice chair will open a motion to the floor for the bank members to vote upon regarding the bid submission of the VRI. Vice Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let's just be clear on the record that the requesting prospective bidder is BRIT. Tama?
Yes po, yes po. Correct,
Thank you, Mr.
correct,
Chairman.
Vice Chair.
I move that we forgo the opening of the bid pursuant to the request made by VRIT, specifically on their submission for today's bid opening. I so move, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Is there a second to the members? Seeking a second coming from the members. In support of the motion of the full Vice Chair. Members, producer, seeking a second.
Apologies, Mr. Chair. I second the motion.
Thank you, Attorney Jella. So, I just like to reiterate that the motion of the Vice Chair is to forgo of the reading of the opening of the VRIT Philippines bid submission as requested. So we can proceed back to the next bidder and the opening of their financial and technical documents. Thank you.
Noted po, Mr. Chair. We will now proceed to open the bid submission of
For the reminders po, please be informed that the DICT back one that this bidding shall be conducted using a pass or fail criterion. The absence of any required document shall result in automatic disqualification. Furthermore, the bank secretariat will affix their initials on every page of the submitted bid documents. With your permission, Mr. Chair, we will now proceed on the opening of the submitted bid from Revolve Solution po.
Mr. Chair, good morning everyone and the rest of the back members. Presented on the screen the bid submission from Revolve Solutions Incorporated. It is received by the back secretariat this morning, July 1, 2026 at 8:56 a.m. May we request the representative from the bidder to acknowledge if this is the bid they submitted.
Confirming po.
Thank you po. And the bid submitted was properly sealed, labeled, and with initial. Mr. Chair, with your permission, we will now proceed to open the bid submission.
Go ahead, please. Please open. Thank you.
Thank you po. Presented on the screen, inside the mother envelope, two separate envelope labeled technical component and financial component. We will set aside the financial component and proceed to open the technical component. Inside the technical component envelope, 3 separate envelopes labeled original copy, duplicate copy, and triplicate copy. We will open the original copy and duplicate copy and we'll give the copy to the TWG members inside the meeting room.
For the technical component envelope, a valid PhilJIPS registration certificate, platinum membership, all pages. Note, pursuant to section 20.2.9.1 IRR of RA 12009, all eligibility documents indicated in Annex A of the PhilJIPS registration certificate, platinum membership, must be current, valid, and updated at the time of bid submission. The failure by the prospective bidder to update its certificate with the current and updated eligibility documents shall result in the automatic suspension of the validity of its certificate until such time that all of the expired eligibility documents have been updated. Thus, prospective bidders are required to update their PhilJIPS registration certificates prior to the submission of their bids. PS Advisory 2025-015, suspension of certificate of PhilJIPS registration platinum membership of corporations for non-compliance with the uploading of GIS and BOI. This is to advise that the certificate of PhilJIPS registration platinum membership of merchant corporations that did not submit the latest general information sheet reflecting the beneficial ownership information duly received by the Securities and Exchange Commission shall be suspended. The imposition of suspension comes after the issuance of PS Advisory Number 2025-007. Published on June 30, 2025, which required corporations to submit their latest GIS with BOI. All corporate entities with existing platinum membership were likewise required to update their eligibility documents in the Government of the Philippines Official Merchant Registry, GOP-OMR.
For the submitted certificate of PhilJIPS registration, this is to certify that Revolve Solutions Inc. is registered in PhilJIPS on May 15, 2014, and this certificate is valid until March 17, 2027. Also attached, the Annex A, the list of eligibility documents with the SEC certificate, registration date, March 27, 2014, and the mayor's permit, expiration date, December 31, 2026. And for the tax clearance, the expiration date is February 4, 2027. And for the audited financial statement of the date of filing is May 28, 2026. And for the PCAB license, none. And also attach the Securities and Exchange Commission certificate, the GIS, and the certificate of incorporation from SEC Commission, from SEC, the mayor's permit, the tax clearance certificate, with that po, may we get your rating, please?
May we get your rating, dear Carla, please? Apologies po, dear Edgar po. Again po, may we get your rating, dear Edgar? Again po, may we get your rating, dear Navarro, please? Due to unstable connection of dear Navarro po, we will proceed po muna kay Attorney Andrela Aquino po. May we get your rating, Attorney Aquino, please?
Pass. Thank you.
Thank you po. May we get your rating, dear Carla Morsha, please? Thank you po.
Dear Edgar, you are recognized, sir.
Pass, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Please refer that back, sir. Thank you. Go ahead, back, sir.
Thank you po, dear Navarro.
Next document is the statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract, SLCC, similar to the contract to be bid, except under conditions provided for in sections 52.4.1.3 IRR of RA 12009. Within the relevant period as provided in the bidding documents, any of the following documents must be submitted together with the statement of single largest completed contract. A, end user's acceptance, B, official receipt, and C, sales invoice for the contract. For the required SLCC, may we request Mr. Chair to present po the requirement? Thank you. For the SLCC requirements presented on the screen for this project, the service provider should have undergone similar projects of a similar nature. Similar nature shall be contracts pertaining to the supply, installation, configuration, commissioning, management, maintenance, and support of nationwide
coverage of low Earth orbit satellite internet system. And for the submitted SLCC of the bidder, the name of the contract, provision of internet access via low Earth orbit satellites, PIALEOS Phase 2, with the name of client, the ICT, and the date of contract awarded is June 4, 2024. And the contract period is for 68 days upon receipt of the notice to proceed, with a description of the services, supply, installation, and management of internet connectivity via LEO satellite technology, with the amount of the contract 209,888,000 pesos. And it is also certified and duly signed by the authorized representative, Ms. Jennifer Ricafrente. Also attached the notice of award from the ICT, contract agreement, purchase order, notice to proceed, final acceptance and completion certificate, billing statement, service invoice, post-contract suppliers performance evaluation, with that po, may we get your rating, please?
May we get your rating, dear Navarro, please? Thank you po, dear. May we get your rating, Attorney Aquino, please?
Pass.
Thank you po. May we get your rating, dear Morsha, please?
Pass.
Thank you po.
Next document is the NFCC computation or committed line of credit.
For the submitted NFCC, indicated with a total amount of 3,125,062,337 pesos and 24 centavos. Again, for the submitted NFCC is 3,125,062,337 pesos and 24 centavos. And it is also duly signed by the authorized representative, Jennifer P. Ricafrente. And also they attached the BIRAFS, with that po, may we get your rating, please?
May we get your rating, dear Navarro, please?
Pass.
Thank you po. May we get your rating, dear Attorney Aquino, please?
Pass.
Thank you po. May we get your rating, dear Morsha, please?
Pass.
Thank you po.
Next document is the statement of the prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid.
For the submitted statement of the prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, Mr. Chair, may we get your instruction if we are going to proceed to read one by one the indicated contracts for private and government, or we will just read the value of outstanding contract amount po?
You can proceed and read the value of the contracts of the outstanding and their outstanding amount, and allow the TWG to scrutinize it. Thank you.
Noted on that po. For the submitted statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started. For the total value of outstanding contract, they have 791,038,737 pesos and 76 centavos. Again, for the submitted value of the outstanding contract, they have 791,038,737 pesos and 76 centavos. And it is also duly signed by the authorized representative, Jennifer Ricafrente. And also, they attach the notice of award, contract form. Mr. Chair, we will just scan the documents, and this will be also for the TWG further evaluation po. Notice to proceed. Notice of award from Flag Officer in Command Philippine Navy, contract agreement. Notice of award from the ICT, contract agreement. Notice of renewal. Notice of award from Department of Transportation. Purchase order. Purchase order for Philippine Coast Guard. With that po, may we get your rating, please?
May we get your rating, dear Carlo, please?
Si Ed pa. Kasi Drela.
Apologies po again. May we get your rating, dear Navarro, please?
Pass.
Thank you po. May we get your rating, Attorney Aquino, please?
Pass.
Thank you po. May we get your rating, dear Morsha, please?
Pass.
Thank you po.
Next is the, if applicable, a JVA, or in the absence of a JVA, a duly notarized statements from all potential JV partners stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the JVA in the event that the bid is successful. For this particular document, not applicable. Next is the original copy of bid security. If in the form of a surety bond, submit also a certification issued by the Insurance Commission or original copy of notarized bid securing declaration. Note, bidders who opt to submit a bid securing declaration as a form of bid security are required to use the bid securing declaration form in the attached bidding documents.
For the submitted bid securing declaration, it is duly signed by the authorized representative, Jennifer P. Recafrente, and also duly notarized by Attorney Rene Maria Villa from the Notary Public of Makati, and it is valid until December 31, 2026. And it is in the prescribed form. And also attached the identification of Ms. Jennifer Peñaroyo Recafrente. With that po, may we get your rating, please?
May we get your rating, dear Navarro, please?
Pass.
Thank you po. May we get your rating, Attorney Aquino, please?
Pass.
Thank you po. May we get your rating, dear Morsha, please?
Pass.
Thank you po.
Next is the schedule of requirements.
For the schedule of requirements, it is in the prescribed form and indicated the delivery schedule, and also duly signed by Ms. Jennifer Recafrente. With that po, may we get your rating, please?
May we get your rating, dear Navarro, please? Again po, may we get your rating, dear Navarro, please?
Pass.
Thank you po. May we get your rating, dear Attorney Aquino, please?
Pass.
Thank you po. May we get your rating, dear Morsha, please?
Pass.
Thank you po.
Next document is the conformity with the technical specifications, which may include production, delivery schedule, manpower requirements, and or after-sales parts if applicable. Letter A, value-added service license. The bidder must submit a valid and current certificate of registration or issued by the National Telecommunications Commission, NTC, as a value-added service VAS provided, authorizing the bidder to offer internet access services, managed ICT services, and managed infrastructure services through a duly accredited satellite service provider operator. In lieu of the value-added service license, the service provider may submit at least one of the following: a certificate of public convenience and necessity, the service provider to submit a certification from NTC that certifies the service provider is authorized to operate and maintain a nationwide wired and wireless broadband network in the Philippines, and to offer broadband communication services and other ancillary services. Second, Tier 1 Internet Service Provider ISP certification. The service provider is to submit a certification from the NTC stating that they are authorized to establish, install, operate, and maintain a nationwide wired and wireless broadband network in the Philippines and offer national and international broadband communication services. Letter B, screenshot of the proposed network monitoring system, NMS, unified dashboard demonstrating the monitoring of LEO satellite terminals, access points, routers, and switches, including its key functionalities. In addition, the bidder must submit complete developer-ready documentation for all APIs exposed by the NMS. Furthermore, in the case of a joint venture, at least one entity must be registered as a value-added service provider and an internet service provider. Letter D, the service provider must submit ISO 27001 Information Security, Cybersecurity, and Privacy Protection Certification. Letter E, for joint ventures or partnerships, at least the primary internet service provider or principal technology provider must possess the ISO 27001 certification. The bidder, letter F, must submit documentary evidence proving its status as an authorized reseller of LEO satellite system certified by the manufacturer. Letter G, the service provider must submit a list of key personnel who will be assigned to the project. The list must include at least one licensed electronics engineer, technical staff, both with prior experience in implementing similar communication projects. Proof of qualifications and credentials shall be submitted consisting of a valid Professional Regulation Commission, PRC ID for licensed professionals, and or an official certification of employment engagement from the employer for technical staff attesting to their relevant experience. Apologies po, back members. We are just having some technical difficulties here po in the conference room. Thank you po.
Take your time, Baxter.
Apologies, everyone. And Mr. Chair and the rest of the back members, we may now proceed the continuation for the bid opening. For the submitted technical specifications, indicated from item 1 to item 1.2.2, stated comply on all items. From item 1.2.3 up to item 1.4.2, stated comply on all items. From item 1.4.2.1 up to item 1.6.1, stated comply on all items. From item 1.6.2 up to item 1.6.8, stated comply on all items. From item 1.6.8.1 up to item 1.6.9.3, stated comply on all items. From item 1.1, 1.6.9.4 up to item 1.6.11.4, stated comply on all items. From item 1.6.11.5 up to item 2.1.1, stated comply on all items. From item 2.1.1.1 up to item 2.1.4.1, stated comply on all items. From item 2.1.4.2 up to item 2.1.7.1, stated comply on all items. From item 2.1.8 up to item 2.2.3.1.4, stated comply on all items. From item 2.3.1.5 up to item 2.5.1, stated comply on all items. From item 2.5.2 up to item 3.1.5.1, stated comply on all items. From item 3.1.5.2 up to item 3.1.5.5, stated comply on all items. From item 3.1.5.5.1 up to item 3.3.1.1, stated comply on all items. From item 3.3.1.2 up to item 3.5.2, stated comply on all items. From item 3.5.3 up to item 4.1.1.1, stated comply on all items. From item 4.2 up to item 4.2.5, stated comply on all items. From item 4.2.6 up to item 6.2.3, stated comply on all items. From item 6.2.4 up to item 6.3.3.1.3, stated comply on all items. From item 6.3.3.1.3.1 up to item 8.1, stated comply on all items. From item 8.2 up to item 8.4.2, stated comply on all items. From item 8.5 up to item 8.9, stated comply on all items, and it is duly signed by the authorized representative, Jennifer Frente. And also they attach the Annex B, the list of locations for provision of internet access via low Earth orbit satellites for agrarian reform beneficiaries. Mr. Chair, again, we will just scan the documents and this will be for further evaluation of the TWG. They also attached the supplemental bid bulletin number 1. Also attached the hardware software requirements. They also attached delivery schedule, manpower requirements, after sales service certificate, master service level agreement, and also they attached the other requirements for the similar nature of the project. They also attached the certificate from ISO IEC 27001-2022, a certificate of registration from National Privacy Commission, and a certificate providing its status as an authorized reseller of LEO satellite systems. With that po, may we get your rating, please?
May we get your rating, dear Navarro po?
Pass.
Thank you po. May we get your rating, Attorney Aquino? Again po, may we get your rating, Attorney Aquino, please?
Pass. Thank you.
Thank you po. May we get your rating, dear Morsha, please?
Pass.
Thank you po.
Next document is an original duly signed omnibus warrant statement, OSS, and if applicable, original notarized secretary certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative, or original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture, giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder.
For the submitted omnibus warrant statement, it is duly signed by the authorized representative, Ms. Jennifer Bricafrente, and also duly notarized by the Attorney Rene Villa with the Notary Public of Makati City, and it is valid until December 31, 2026, and it is in the prescribed form. Also, they attach the Secretary's certificate and identification of Ms. Jennifer Bricafrente. And for the Secretary's certificate, it is also duly signed by Mr. Ricardo Pascua and duly notarized by the Notary Republic, Attorney Rene Villa, and it is valid until December 31, 2026. And also attach the identification of Mr. Ricardo Pascua. With that po, may we get your rating, please?
May we get your rating, dear Navarro?
Pass.
Thank you po. May we get your rating, Attorney Aquino?
Pass.
May we get your rating, dear Morsha, please?
Pass.
Thank you po.
Next document, for foreign bidders claiming by reason of their country's extension of reciprocal rights to Filipinos, certification from the relevant government office of their country stating that Filipinos are allowed to participate in government procurement activities for the same item or product. For the specific document, this is not applicable.
Mr. Chair, given that the bidder has obtained a passing rate for their technical component envelope, may we request your final rating po? Again po, Mr. Chair, given that the bidder has obtained a passing rate for their technical component, may we request for your final rating po? Mr. Chair,
Yes, Maxet.
may we get your final rating po for the technical component?
Final rate. Final rating of the technical component envelope is you can proceed on opening the financial envelope. Thank you.
Thank you po.
For the submitted financial component envelope, 3 separate envelope labeled original copy, duplicate copy, and triplicate copy. We will now proceed to open the original copy and duplicate copy and proceed to give the copy for the technical working group inside the meeting room.
For the financial component envelope, an original of duly signed and accomplished financial bid form.
For the submitted financial bid form, for the total amount submitted from the Revolve Solutions is 52,588,888 pesos. Again, the total amount of bid is 52,588,888 pesos. It is also duly signed by the authorized representative Jennifer Recafrente, and also attached the secretary's certificate and also duly notarized by the Notarial Republic. And also attached the identification of Mr. Ricardo Pasco. With that po, may we get your rating, please?
May we get your rating, dear Navarro, please?
Pass.
Thank you po. May we get your rating, Attorney Aquino? Again po, may we get your rating, Attorney Aquino, please? Attorney Aquino, may we get your rating, please? Again po, may we get your rating, Attorney Aquino, please? Attorney Aquino, may we get your rating, please?
Apologies, pass. Thank you.
Thank you po. May we get your rating, and dear Morsha, please?
Pass.
Thank you po.
Next document is the original of duly signed and accomplished price schedule.
For the price schedule for goods, again, for the item for this project, provision of internet access via low Earth orbit satellites, for Agrarian Reform Beneficiaries, the total amount is 52,588,888 pesos. Again, 52,588,888 pesos. And it is also duly signed by the authorized representative, Jennifer Recafrente. With that po, may we get your rating, please?
May we get your rating, dear Navarro, please?
Pass.
Thank you. May we get your rating, Attorney Aquino, please?
Pass.
May we get your rating, dear Morsha, please?
Pass.
Thank you po.
For the next document, a certification from the DTI if the bidder claims preference as a domestic bidder or domestic entity. For this particular document, not applicable.
Mr. Chair, given that the bidder has obtained a passing rate for their financial component, may we request your final rating, please? Mr. Chair,
Yes po.
given that the bidder has obtained a passing rate for their financial component, may we request for your final rating po?
Final rating for the financial envelope is pass, and overall rating is pass.
Okay, thank you po. Yun yung total yun. Tama na ba? Financial net sa we will now proceed with the finalization of eligibility checklist and the abstract of bids as read. Once completed, we will present them on the screen po. Thank you.
Mr. Chair and to the back members, presented on the screen is the eligibility checklist for the project provision of internet access via low Earth orbit satellites, PIALEOS, for Agrarian Reform Beneficiaries. With bid reference number, DICT BAC 2026-038. The total approved budget for the contract is 52,661,700 pesos. In the date and time of opening of bids is today, July 1, 2026 at 10:30 a.m. at the DICT Headquarters, Studio 7. For the technical component envelope, Revolve Solutions Incorporated has garnered a pass rating for the technical component envelope, and we will just scroll down for the other technical requirements. And also they have passed their submission under the financial component envelope with the rating for financial component envelope of passed, at the same time the technical component envelope passed, and an overall rating of passed. With these presented eligibility checklist, may we get for the approval of the back members.
Back members soliciting the approval of eligibility checklist.
Motion to approve the eligibility checklist as presented. Mr. Chairman, I so move. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Is there any second?
I second the motion, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Attorney Jala. It has been moved and seconded. This particular document, as presented, is hereby approved. Back section.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and to the back members. And with this, may we also get the acknowledgement from the bidder from Revolve Solutions. May we
Acknowledge po.
please state, ma'am, po, your name and the company you're representing po. Thank you.
Jennifer Recaprente, Revolve Solutions.
Thank you,
Acknowledge.
ma'am. Next po, we'll be presenting the abstract of bids as read. Presented on the screen is the abstract of bids as read for the project provision of internet access via low Earth orbit satellite PIALEOS for Agrarian Reform Beneficiaries with a bid reference number DICT BAC 2026-034 with an approved budget for the contract of 52,661,700 pesos. Date and time of opening today, July 1, 2026 at 10:30 a.m. Location is at the DICT headquarters, Studio 7. Name of the bidder is Revolve Solutions Incorporated with a total amount of bid of 52,588,888 pesos. Again, that's 52,588,888 pesos. For the form of bid security, this is in the form of bid securing declaration and not applicable for the required bid security. And this is sufficient and with remarks of past. May we get the acknowledgement from Revolve? Please state po your name.
Jennifer Caprente, Authorized Representative, Revolve Solutions. Acknowledge po.
Thank you, ma'am. May we also get the approval of the back members on the presented abstract of bids as read?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the abstract of bids as presented and as read. So moved, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Any second?
I second the motion, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Attorney Jella. It has been moved and seconded that this abstract of bid as read now is hereby approved. Thank you. Sorry.
For the information of everyone, we will now endorse the bid submission as passed to the TWG for the detailed evaluation. We would like to hear a confirmation or commitment from the TWG if they will be able to submit their report tomorrow on or before.
Before that, Backsec, I would like to ask who the chairman of the TWG is.
For the head back chair, I think it will be PM Sylvia Posadas after the reconstitution.
Okay, just make sure that PM Posadas is apprised that she is the chair of the technical working group, so as to avoid what happened yesterday, that there was a mix-up.
Yes, Mr.
So at PWG, you are hereby directed to submit on or before the office hour tomorrow the submission that is required by the back secretariat. You're hereby directed. Thank you.
Thank you, yes, sir.
The TWG has confirmed that they will submit their evaluation tomorrow on or before 4 p.m. Mr. Chair, that would be all po for the back secretariat. Considering that there are no matters on this agenda po, you may suspend the meeting na po. As the second agenda start at 1:30 p.m. po.
Okay, the second agenda is scheduled when?
1:30 p.m. po.
Okay, 1:30 p.m. Okay. Soliciting a motion to suspend until 1:30 p.m. this afternoon.
Motion to suspend, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
I second.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Thank you, Attorney Jella. It has been moved and seconded. Therefore, this session is hereby